Hello everyone, welcome to another MV reaction and review. This time I will be talking about IZONE. So this was a group that was formed through the show Produce 48, essentially Japanese and Korean members, and then they took part in a Korean audition show for idols. The top 12 out of that 48 became a girl group that lasted for 2 years. So from 2019 to April of 2021 is when they were basically around. And a good story about them is that they had such a cult following out of all the audition groups, essentially, that people really wanted them to stay together, and they contacted all the agencies because essentially the way the audition program works is that each agency sends like 2 or 3 girls that are their trainees, and they send them out and essentially tries to get them fans and things like that. When their contract is up after those 2 years, then they come back, and then that agency debuts them in another group, and in that group they'll try to take those following back. IOI is definitely a famous one. They had Jian So-mi, who was a part of the audition program 16 with Twice. So that's a famous example. And then these girls were IZ*ONE, and this is their debut album and also one of my favorite songs probably in all of K-pop. I just really like it, and their choreography is amazing. Like, they've only been around for 2 years, but they're probably one of the most, next to G-Friend, they're probably one of the most of, they're all on the same beat, and they're all very matched up together. Like, they make like shapes like a marching band, like when they make the rows, which you'll see later. But they're definitely a group that I really like, and they're in my top 10. I was definitely one of the people that was sad when they disbanded. So my main favorite is Sakura. She's one of the Japanese members, and she's also my favorite because she's funny, variety shows. She's also a good singer, and then she was also in one of the 48 groups from Japan as well that I've listened to a few songs with her in. And then my second favorite is Chaeyeon, which is the sister to Chaerangs from ITZY, which is also in JYP. She was both of those sisters, the one from IZ*ONE and then the one that I just mentioned from ITZY. They were also in 16, which created Twice, because they were both JYP trainees. This one joined IZ*ONE, and the other one joined ITZY. Just a good example of, they're probably my 2 favorite sisters in K-pop. And so I think this group has 3 Japanese members. Yeah, because they have Nako, Hitomi, Honda, and then Sakura. So the Chaeyeon sisters, or I guess you could say the Chae sisters, they're very good dancers and some of the best in K-pop. I might have to do like my favorite dancers list, which is the Chae sisters and then Momo as well. And just as a general, just starting idea. Without further ado, let's just get right into it of one of my favorite songs in K-pop. And then I'll probably talk a teeny bit. She's the one that won first place in Produce 48, so she's also the face of the group, but she's also the youngest, which is why you're gonna see her a lot. Because she won first, and Sakura won second, by the way, so you'll see her a lot too. It's one of my favorites. That's Sakura, by the way. Still picking up speed. That's Chaeyeon, by the way. Here we go. We're getting into it. I really like how whenever they go to the dance sequence, the camera stops and then picks back up. It's really awesome. I just really like all the choreography, the song, everything. They're all super cute as well, of course. Here we go. They do a lot of hand moves and stuff like that. Changed outfits, all white now. Oh, she's also famous. That's Choyena. She's also right here. She's famous for being funny in variety shows. And apparently her nickname is also Duck. She has duck lips. I really like their all white outfits too, though. They're cute. That's fun. Ubin. She's the leader of the group. Bring that up front and say her name. Can't tell if I like the white or the red more. I think I like the red more. It's a good contrast to the hair color. The part that really got me into this song. So just for fair warning, I lied, actually. This isn't the song I was talking about for being my favorite. The song that I really like from IZONE is Swan. I don't know if that's the name of the song. It's like Swan Song or something like that. But that's the one where they like become a giant swan and they fly and stuff like that. And that's when really like that choreography, really like that song. I really like this song too. It's definitely one of my favorites. And then funny is that she's the shortest in the group, by the way. That's one of the Japanese members. So like you can see all the heads, and she's like 1 foot shorter than everybody else, which I think is hilarious. And the maknae that I was showing you, and also the face of the group, she's I think the tallest one as well. Great group, really loved them. Was also sad that they disbanded like everybody else was. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what other stuff they're going to be a part of, because they're slowly joining more groups and stuff like that. Like there's rumors that Sakura might join HYBE, which houses BTS, and she might join another girl group with one of the members from this group as well, and then another member from Produce 48, which was the audition program. And then everybody else is kind of doing their own things a little bit, and they're slowly going to be added to other girl groups. It just depends on whether they're going to join pre-existing ones. Like I think there was rumors that one of the girls here was going to join Rocket Punch, because I think she was a part of Woollim. So it'll just depend on if they're going to start another girl group or whatever. Essentially, pretty much 10 out of the 12 girls said yes to staying as a group, but 2 of the companies said no, and because they wanted to be actors or actresses and they just wanted to do other things essentially. So they just disbanded after that. But I'm really excited to see where they go from here. If the HYBE thing does work out for 2 of these members and that extra member, it'll be like a 5-person girl group. I'll definitely be watching out for those ones, because that has Sakura in it. And then whatever Cheon does, I'll definitely watch out for. So essentially, I'll watch out for everybody, but my main 2 biases: the audition program that Cheon's going to be in, that dance competition, because I just really don't like audition programs. It just makes me feel sad. I get way too attached. I'm empathetic, I guess you could say. I get way too attached to the people. So if they cry or they lose or they don't get picked, then that just makes me sad. And it's just like, I'm not freaking watching this for that. Like when I got into Twice, I watched some of the highlights from 16. That stuff, that's rough, man. It's horrible. I hate it. I know who wins, and that's what makes it even worse, because just of seeing them so sad. It makes sense of why people would watch it, because you want to root for them and stuff like that and things of that nature. But I just want to, watch the happiness. Like, this is a cute scene. I really like this. It's like 3 of them are covering their faces and wiping off the other one. I like this kind of scene more than the crazy audition programs with like IOI had freaking crap ton of members. And then the most recent audition program that came out is called Girls Planet 999, with Sunmi and Tiffany from Girls' Generation as the coaches and stuff like that. And there's 99 members from that, of Japan, Korea, and Chinese members. That's way too many girls. And if they only do one girl group out of those 99, it's probably only going to be like, at most, I think IZ*ONE was one of the most girl groups that they made, and that's 12 members out of the 48 that they had, and that's still not a lot. If they only do like a 12-member girl group at most, and that's freaking 70 people that are just being flushed down the toilet, because pretty much nobody except like the top 20 or so, and that just makes me freaking sad of that they're just, out of all the training they've done, they finally found a way that they could get a chance, and it's just like, no. I really hope, I'll probably read the articles of what place Cheon gets and stuff like that, because she's always been a dancer, so she's joined a dance competition, and if she freaking wins, or at least does really well, then I'll be freaking happy for her. There's been news of them lately of acting in variety shows, like Choi Yena has been in like 3 variety shows this year, and she's really funny, so I like her. And Sakura, She was in a variety show when IZONE was going, and now she went to Japan for a while and then retired essentially in Japan, and now she's coming back to Korea. So she's gonna stay K-pop. So that makes me super happy because I really liked her, and I would have followed her in Japan, but she's in a 48 group. She wouldn't get very many lines. Like I think she was the captain of her team, but still, I prefer K-pop more at this point. Just yeah. So definitely a good group, and definitely a group that I really like, and definitely in my top 10. So I think I will rate this song a 9.6. And the ratings might be kind of skewed at this point because I'm only rating my MVs for songs that I really like, and that's the debut albums for each of the groups that I really like. So it might be kind of skewed at first until I get to start getting into some of the random stuff and some of the random groups. But for now, I think they're definitely a 9.6. Actually, let's do 9.5. I think I still like Rocket Punch's debut song better, and I feel like this one is just a teeny tiny bit below that. And people might disagree with me, but I just really like the Rocket Punch song. And then I also like Swung Song a lot more. But I just don't want to change the ratings outside of the videos, lower songs as I go by. So this is definitely 9.5. Really like the song. And I really like the choreography and the cute scenes and stuff like that. Like this one is adorable. IZONE, Vie En Rose. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.